Biden's $320 million Gaza Pier. Over budget and under constant threat, a purely political misadventure. An Army vessel was beached on Saturday attempting to retrieve a piece of the pier. The temporary piers established at President Biden's order have run way over budget and caused several issues since USAID commenced deliveries, leading some lawmakers to question the value of the operation. At the end of the day, it's unnecessarily putting our people in harm's way. It's costing a lot. It's pulling assets that should be used elsewhere, and I just don't think it's going to accomplish anything near what he's promised, Representative Michael Waltz, R-Flay, told Fox News Digital in an interview. President Biden, during his State of the Union speech in March, pledged to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of the Gaza Strip to increase the delivery of humanitarian aid to the territory as millions remain displaced, while Israel continues to hunt Hamas. The Pentagon announced the completion of the piers, one that would remain several miles offshore while the other acted as a causeway onto the Gazan shore, were completed around May 9th but faced difficulty during deployment over the following week. Egypt agrees to send aid trucks through Israeli crossing to Gaza, but impact is unclear. Waltz said the cost for the project totaled over $300 million, with some reports citing a figure as high as $320 million, which would be double what initial estimates indicated. Senator Roger Wicker, R-Missodat, told Reuters, calling the operation a dangerous effort with marginal benefit. Waltz noted that the quoted costs only apply to the first few months of operation. The longer it's there, the more those costs are going to skyrocket. We've been briefed that 2 Navy destroyers are assigned to patrol the waters around the pier, Waltz said as an example. Are those being included in their sustained fuel operating costs? The cost of their crew? That's unclear. And then there's opportunity cost, right? Those destroyers and other assets, air assets or what have you, are being dedicated to secure this thing from any type of drone or land attack that could be wrested and refit in the U.S. and could be used elsewhere. The main issue, according to Waltz, is that the delivery outside of Gaza has not been the issue, but rather what happens once the aid is delivered across the border, at which point the aid faces the same issues as land-based delivery. Hamas's Gaza Health Ministry under microscope as questions over number of deaths. It's going to run into the exact same problems the land routes have faced once it gets across the border, Waltz argued. The trucks get ransacked. They get attacked. When they do make it to the warehouse, it's Hamas controlling the warehouses. Whether the trucks come from the sea or whether they come from land, they're going to run into the same buzzsaw of issues once they get inside. And it is the Palestinian, the poor Palestinian people and kids that suffer in the end, Waltz continued. Because of corruption, and because they're being run by a terrorist dictatorship that is going to use aid to, 1, feed and arm and resource itself, with more nutrients and medical supplies and fuel and what have you, he added. Then secondarily, use it as a lever to make sure the Palestinian people don't rise up against them. Deliveries have not hit the desired level since the piers commenced shipments last week. Trucks started entering the Gaza Strip on May 17th, with plans to scale up to 150 truckloads a day. But the pier has run into a number of issues, including damage to one of the piers on Saturday, as the military tried to move them due to sea conditions.